Can be defined as an act of paying compensation to people or societies after a bad deed that affected their lives and property have been done. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand on this podium to vehemently oppose the payment of reparation to people with the following points. I say, nations or peoples who have strength and superior welfare can easily around smaller nations if they know that paying reparations years later is a viable option. Reparation encourages crimes and other sinful acts. The payment of money cannot and will not be a soothing balm for a society who has lost illustrious sons and daughters.
Cities were built with the wealth accumulated from the sweat and labor of enslaved Africans. Those enslaved Africans and their descendants deserve reparation. Africans deserve reparation because colonial rule in Africa grew out of capitalist slave trade. Europeans acquired land and mineral resources. Under colonialism, Europeans expropriated African land and mineral resources. They secured labor and kept it as cheap as possible. The scramble for and partition of Africa was the physical and diplomatic struggle of the European nations.
The proponents of reparation say that the Caucasians came to Africa to disrupt a thriving civilization. But if that were the case, how were a handful of Europeans able to subdue millions of Africans as slaves? But rather, the Europeans did us a favor by cutting us away as slaves and bringing us as redefined and civilized individuals. Without us realizing it, many African leaders have sold their nations into another form of slavery, the slavery of debt. When then do we start asking these African leaders for reparation? I see it almost every day. I can attest to the fact that police officers trade their dignity for food and money. How can we say that reparation is needed when we can't start with what we do in our everyday lives?
There is a problem with reparation in determining who exactly qualifies for them. Secondly, reparations are unable to solve concrete problems and provide proper solutions to concrete problems. Also, reparations can be seen as a step backwards when we're supposed to be prioritizing our future developments. And reparation will only succeed in creating a renewed sense of grievance in the minds of the victims of reparation.
Reparation is also expressed in the national anthem. Take for instance, in the national anthem which states, "Shall never be in vain." What does this mean? That our efforts shall not be in vain. Our sufferings shall not be in vain. Our pains shall not be in vain. This simply means that we need reparation. Nigerians need reparation. We need to be compensated for all the evil deeds that have been done on us by our leaders, by our colonial masters and others. We need reparation.
Ladies and gentlemen, reparation advocates hope to develop and institutionalize the transnational organization and solidarity in Africa. It also helps to prove that the colonial powers are seeking new relationships with developing countries which were their former colonies. Ladies and gentlemen, reparations represent the culmination of human rights struggles, meaning that the abuse of fundamental human rights is frowned at the 2001 proclamation of the United Nations Conference held by the world leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria deserves reparations. Africa deserves reparation. Nigeria deserves reparation because it is a nation. Africa deserves reparation because it is a continent. While the world deserves reparation because it is one. I have spoken.
quite insightful and quite thought-provoking as well. Yes, and it goes to show that there's hope for Nigeria as a people. We understand that education is a bedrock of any nation's development, and the students today here clearly proved that there's hope for Nigeria. They were quite knowledgeable and quite precise about everything they said.
Felabration is not just about music, it's about intellect. If you know Fela was a very intelligent man, so we wanted children to be part of Felabration, and this is like our corporate social responsibility.
Also impressed with what Felabration is doing, empowering young people, to think outside of the box, to cooperate within one another, to socialize, meet other schools, and just aim for the best.
I think the students did well this year. They performed wonderfully well, especially because the topic is not an easy one. Reparation is a very contentious topic.
The 10th position goes to Atora Shea. A round of applause for them, thank you. Seventh position goes to Katy College. Speaking with the judges. Thank you. Now, one of our sponsors for the day. The second runner-up, or rather we'll do it this way. I would announce the winner, and that then of course proves who the first runner-up is. Ladies and gentlemen, students, the winner of Felabration 2016 Schools Debate, the winning school is
stand up for the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up.
I'm very excited to have won the Felabration 2016 debates. I would advise the debaters to continue to try their hardest. Maybe it could be their turn next year.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most.
I'm really excited to be the first runner-up, and I'm really happy, and I'm grateful to be here.
Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me, so stand up.
Leaders will continue to embezzle the money, and it will continue to destroy us. We need to find our solutions, not only depend on reparation. We need to solve our problems. We need to be strong for ourselves and for our families and for our people. Thank you.
And reparation will only succeed in creating a renewed sense of grievance in the minds of the victims of reparation. Thank you.